Welcome to Moving for Life, the podcast that explores how movement can transform health, happiness and longevity. I'm Dave, and with me as always is Ben.
Hello, how are we doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Brilliant.
Not too bad.
So what are we going to be talking about today then?
So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into some of the benefits of physical activity and moving more. So we start to understand that it's not just for kind of physical fitness. There's a lot of other benefits that come along with it, looking at overall health and well-being as well.
Now, I know previously we looked at the difference between physical activity and exercise, and I guess just to add into that, movement isn't just about hitting the gym, is it? No. It's not about necessarily running marathons. It's about staying active in everyday life, and that could be walking, stretching, gardening, anything like that. Yeah.
Yep.
But the key thing is every bit counts.
Yeah, definitely. There's benefits to just moving a little bit more than usual. For example, if you spend a lot of time sat down at home, if you get up every half an hour out of your seat and walk around the house, sit back down, that has been shown in research to have massive benefits on health. So it is just starting small and building up from there, really.
And I guess it doesn't have to be like extreme workouts, does it? As you say there, just staying active is really important. It's when we start to get into exercise, we need to have some structure to it. But even then, it doesn't have to be extreme workouts to see results. Even moderate activity, like a brisk walk, 30 minutes every day is going to start to make a difference. And it's going to it's not going to try, it's going to succeed in lowering that risk of cardiovascular problems. So the key thing, I guess, is to limit the amount of time we stay sat down, as they call sedentary behaviour.
Yeah, exactly that.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
and I think your example there of, if you're watching the TV, for instance, get up and walk around. If you're at work, every 30 minutes, try and make sure you get up and have a walk around.
Yeah, and we appreciate there's a lot of sitting down that happens now when you're at work and things like that, or if you're retired and you're sat at home. It takes up a lot of time in your day, so it is just trying to break that up a little bit to kind of reduce the risk of anything happening in the future.
So now, another major benefit obviously is improving your muscle strength and function. And we know, and we talk about this in our education sessions, don't we, that as people age, muscle mass naturally decreases. And that's a natural process. We can't stop it, but we can slow it down, and we can start to have some sort of reversal on it as well. But regular movement, especially resistance or strength training, helps us to maintain and build that muscle, doesn't it?
So yeah, unfortunately, there's a natural decline in muscle mass and strength from the age of 30. It actually starts, which is quite unfortunate. Most of us listening to this are above the age of 30 now. So it's thinking about building that strength back up through resistance training, and we can do that. That is possible. We can slow down this natural process of losing our muscle mass and strength, and we can also build on that as well and improve our muscle size.
And obviously, things like stronger muscles supports better balance, coordination and mobility as well, doesn't it? It's not just about being able to pick up heavy weights or anything, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in the big muscles in the legs and the top of the legs. If you can keep them strong, then you can pretty much do most things day to day. So like getting up out of a chair, getting up off the toilet, getting out of bed. And if you were unfortunate enough to maybe fall over, it's having that strength to then get yourself back up. So keeping the muscles strong helps with all these things.
Now, I know we talked about, if you do happen to have a fall, and hopefully that never happens, but it's even just getting down to play with the grandchildren or getting to a lower cupboard, isn't it? Having that strength in your legs to be able to get down and know you can get back up. And I think it's something that we quite often hear in the gym with people that are getting down is all right, it's getting back up that's the problem. Yeah. So building that leg strength is really imperative as far as that's concerned. Okay, so while we're on the topic of strength then, I think we should focus on the fact that actually movement has a good impact as far as bone health is concerned. So again, like muscle mass, we naturally start to see a decline in bone health as we age. It's a bit later than 30, but it naturally starts to happen. But if we're doing weight-bearing exercise, things like walking, jogging, dancing, that sort of stuff, but even carrying heavy bags when you go to the shopping, if you can drop the trolley a little bit earlier and carry your bags to the car, that sort of thing is going to help strengthen bones and reduce the risk of things like osteoporosis.
Absolutely, yeah. But with that, it's also keeping to your capabilities. So don't just be thinking of lifting really heavy things for the sake of it. You need to stick to what you kind of can manage. You might have a job where you lift heavier loads, or you might be more sedentary where you don't lift an awful lot at all. So it's lifting the right things. Don't just think, I need to do some resistance training, so let's lift the heaviest thing I can find. You've got to take care, especially if you've had surgery or something like that. It's important not to lift too heavy after the surgery, but you can gently build that up and start small and progress through.
I think one of the key phrases we tend to use a lot with people is listen to your body, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's an example there, isn't it? You know, you'll know if something feels too heavy. Don't push it. Build up is that baby steps thing again, which I know we've spoken about before.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've looked at a bit at strength there. How about some of the physiological changes? So things like blood pressure.
Yeah, so blood pressure is a good one. So when we exercise or complete some sort of moderate physical activity, this can help lower the blood pressure by improving the efficiency of the heart, but also improving the health of the blood vessels as well. So when we exercise, our blood pressure will momentarily increase quite a bit, which makes the vessels more elastic, and they're able to cope with the higher demand from the heart and the blood coming through. So naturally, this can help reduce your blood pressure at rest. And then another thing with a physiological kind of change would be maintaining a healthy body weight. So we've looked at blood pressure and how that can help the vessels, but exercise can also have a good impact on maintaining body weight or even losing a little bit of body weight. So when we exercise, we can burn calories that we've kind of eaten in the day, and it will help regulate our appetite and can also help our metabolism, especially if we're increasing our muscular strength. The thing with exercise and weight management is that it's not just about exercise, it's about diet as well. So diet is probably about 80% actually of weight management, and exercise is the other 20. So it's about getting the right balance between the two. There's no point eating loads of rubbish junk food and then sprinting and running marathons, because it's not going to help lose any weight at all. So there's a nice quote that I've seen around, and it's, you can't outrun a bad diet.
I think that's a really good quote as well. I know I've heard you use that, and we use it in the education as well. But I think it really sums it up, doesn't it? It's not about just exercising. It's about what you eat.
Yeah,
and
it's
how
about
you
your
eat
whole
as well.
it's your lifestyle, isn't it?
It is
together.
exactly. Okay, so that helps tie in directly then. If we're looking at weight management, we're looking at things like diet. That helps to directly tie into things like reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. And regular activity can improve the sensitivity for insulin and help control blood sugar levels, which hopefully can prevent or delay the onset of diabetes. That's not to say everybody's going to get diabetes, but you know, if you are classed as pre-diabetic, for instance, then exercise and diet is going to have an impact on trying to maintain as far as that side of things is concerned, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And there's also growing evidence showing the benefits of exercise when it comes to certain cancers as well, such as colon, breast and endometrial. So there's numerous research papers out there now showing the benefits of it when it ties into cancer, and it's normally down to regulating hormones, supporting a healthy immune system, as well, which both play a massive role in cancer prevention and the cancer treatment plan as well. And
let's not forget about brain health as well. That's really important. Movement's been shown to reduce the risk of dementia and cognitive decline. Increases blood flow to the brain, which supports the growth of new brain cells and improves memory and focus, but also the emotional side. So when we talk about the brain, we can talk about the mental health side of things as well, can't we? So things like stress, anxiety, depression. There's evidence that exercise has a really good, strong impact on that going forward as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. So whether it's for the heart, for your muscles, bones, or brain, moving is one of the most powerful things anyone can do for long-term health, really. It's almost that magic pill that everyone's after.
Yeah, I think that's a good sum up, really. And I think for me, the key takeaway would be that movement doesn't have to be complicated. It's about finding an activity that's enjoyable that you can then sustain. So it could be, walking the dog, having a brisk walk, cycling, even doing some of the chores around the house that get you puffing and panting a little bit more, isn't it? And every step, stretch and movement adds up. it's about being more consistent with the activity, and then seeing the benefits you're going to get from it.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you. That's all for today's episode of Moving for Life. Remember to stay active, stay healthy, and keep moving for a better tomorrow.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and join us for the next time when we explore more ways to live a vibrant, active life. See you soon.
Take care.
And
see you
bye.
later. Bye-bye.